John Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush, getting underway just a few minutes late, but we're almost ready for some Patriot League baseball here as the Bee Diggers, coming off a 3-2 victory on Tuesday in Keensburg over the Weld Central Rebels, taking on a Berthoud Spartans team that, you know how the old cliche goes, they've got nothing to lose because they're just a 6-12 team and 4-6 in Patriot League play, and this is their final game of the regular season. The Bee Diggers 1 year ago went to Berthoud and swept a doubleheader, winning both games in 5 innings. So they certainly feel comfortable against this team, and the Bee Diggers, of course, brought back a solid junior core and then added Eric Garcia, who missed his junior season with a shoulder injury, but was a standout as a sophomore and now, of course, starting as a senior. And we'll have some mini pregame ceremonies that won't last long at all because the senior baseball players for their final regular season home game are going to be stepping out onto the field before these lineups are introduced. So here's what happens after today. The seating committee will meet next week. I believe it's either Tuesday or Wednesday, and maybe as late as Wednesday, and they will determine the seedings of the 32 teams making it into the 3A district tournament. As I mentioned, 6 out of the Patriot League have pretty much been determined in Eaton, Brush, Valley, Strasburg University, and Weld Central. And then we know that Eaton will be hosting one of those district tournaments. That's a lock. Faith Christian is the top overall seed, at least in the rankings by the Denver Post. So you can pretty much guess at least 5 or 6 teams that will definitely host. Lamar might be another one. They're the third-ranked team now in 3A. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the district tournament, which will begin and actually will end on the same day. A week from Saturday, there will be 3 games at each site, 3 games at 8 different sites, and the Bee Diggers have hosted the district tournament 2 of the last 3 years. Unfortunately, last year, as a 7 seed, they lost to the 26 seed La Junta 8-2. And then in 2009, the Bee Diggers defeated Bennett, but then lost to Faith Christian 4-2 in the district tournament championship game. The Bee Diggers have only once been to the 8-team double elimination state tournament. It became double elimination, I believe, starting in 07. And the Bee Diggers played in 08, where they went 2-2 and made it all the way to the state semifinals. In that tournament, defeating Lamar and Bayfield and losing in that tournament to Erie and Eaton. And I believe that the Bee Diggers, with that pitching staff and with 2 very strong arms, have the ability to do it this year. Certainly with Kyle Rosenbrock and Gregory Maris is a solid 1-2, and you've got lots of pitching depth. And that depth with Eric Garcia and Tyler Monday. And Jesus Cardenas has pitched this year, so it's Mitch Tormolen as the senior parents out there with the senior players. A few of them, of course, for the Bee Diggers, including Gregory Maris and Dylan Acosta. They've been just introduced right now, and Trevor Blake and Eric Garcia and Daniel Soto. And those are 5 starters. Soto is not starting today at the plate. He's been starting in right field, and they've DH for him. Very solid defensive player for Brush, who made an outstanding catch this year in right center field to preserve that 10-6 victory over the Strasburg Indians. So those are the 5 Bee Diggers seniors. Gregory Maris, Dylan Acosta, Daniel Soto, Eric Garcia, and Trevor Blake. And the starting lineup for both teams will be introduced momentarily, as first pitch looks like it'll be closer to 4:15. And we'll have the national anthem live here from Sunset Baseball Field on a very nice Thursday afternoon. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Berthoud Spartans while we have plenty of time, which we normally don't have a lot of these games. We had a 3:51 start on Tuesday in Keensburg. Batting first is the second baseman, Austin Bending. The second hitter is the left fielder, Vinny Grine. Batting third is the pitcher, Luke Whitfield. C.J. Peachin, the catcher, is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Luke Reed. Zach Bracken, the third baseman, will bat sixth for Berthoud. Eric Moss, the center fielder, bats seventh. Caden Wise in right field will bat eighth. And Beck Baird, the shortstop, will be hitting ninth. The Bee Diggers defensively will have Mitch Tormolin at first once they take the field. Jesus Cardenas is the second baseman. Tyler Monday at third, and between him at short is Gregory Mares. Around the outfield, Eric Garcia's in left, Dylan Acosta in center, Daniel Soto's in right. Trevor Blake has started all 18 games. It'll make it 19 today for the Bee Diggers. And pitching, coming off a complete game, 3-hitter with 10 strikeouts, is Kyle Rosenbrock. We'll run through his numbers once he takes the hill, but I know his ERA now is under 2. And he's all of a sudden become one of the top 2 pitchers on this team. Not that there was much doubt, but he was basically being installed as a closer at the beginning of the season when he saved that first game against Platte Valley and then attempted to do the same against Highland, but that was easily his worst outing. And that's the only concern the Bee Diggers have had this year, trying to close games. Eric Garcia had that issue against Resurrection Christian. But they've also had some excellent starts from those same pitchers, as Garcia went 5 scoreless in that 13-2 victory 1 week ago against Platte Valley. So the Bee Diggers once again looking for their 13th victory of the season, matching last year's record and also equaling a 7-game winning streak from a year ago to close out the regular season. Bee Diggers are dressed in all gray today with the maroon lettering and the gold outline, and Berthoud in the maroon uniforms, a different shade of maroon, that Texas A&M maroon, with the white numerals and lettering and the gray pants. Game time temperature is in the upper 70s as we bring you the playing of today's national anthem. Well, still trying to get the national anthem. We do not have it playing through the loudspeaker. Here we go.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, so we're just about ready for baseball here from Sunset Baseball Field between the Bee Diggers and the Berthoud Spartans. And the official start time looks like it'll be 4:16. And the understanding is that Berthoud arrived a little bit tardy. And because of that, and of course because we had a minor pregame ceremony here, acknowledging the 5 seniors and their parents, this game is starting just a tad late. All right, Kyle Rosenbrock, as we mentioned, on the hill for the Bee Diggers. And let's get to his numbers. as we've set up the defense already for you. Rosenbrock on the year, only a freshman. He's put together some very impressive numbers from the mound. And he is 1-0 with one save, an ERA of 1.98, 20 strikeouts and only 2 walks in 17 and 2/3 innings. And that is extremely impressive. And, of course, he really capped it off last week with that 10-0 victory. Check that, 9-0 victory. Complete game 3 hitter with 10 strikeouts against Valley. And he did not allow a base hit after the second inning. So 5 consecutive hitless innings going into this one against a Berthoud team that doesn't swing the bats as well as Valley does. And after Valley scored those 62 runs in 4 games, they have been silenced after losing to the Bee Diggers 9-0. They lost to Eaton on Tuesday 20-2. As the regular season closes out today for most of these Patriot League teams, Strasburg is already done. That's why the Bee Diggers need to win today to secure second place. The only team that can beat them is University. If University wins over Highland and the Bee Diggers lose to Berthoud, the Bee Diggers finish in 3rd place. They would still finish ahead of Strasburg because they beat Strasburg during the regular season. Opening pitch is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush. Offering home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. And the fastball is upstairs to Austin Bending, hitting from the left side. 1 ball and no strikes. Wind and pitch. Fastball is low. 2-0 to the left-handed hitter. And Rosenbrock delivers. Fastball, a strike at the knees. 2-1. And Rosenbrock is a pitcher that will attack the opposing hitters, going right after him. 2-1 pitch. Check swing. It's up and in. Ball 3. Strike 1 to Austin Bending. Wind and pitch. Swung on and lifted deep into left field. Way back is Garcia. I don't know if he's going to catch up to that one. And that ball's off the bottom of the fence on the fly. Bending's around first. He's into second with a leadoff double on a 3-1 pitch. And that ball was tattooed. So it's a straight-up double there for Bending. And here is Vinny Grind for Berthoud, hitting from the right side. The left fielder today. The stretch and pitch. That's a fastball for a strike. Down the middle, just above the knees. It's 0-1. Well, the inning that gave Rosenbrock the most trouble against Valley was that first inning. Got out of a bases-loaded jam. No balls and 1 strike. The stretch. And the offering squaring to bunt. Foul behind the plate. 0-2 to Grind. And this field, as usual, in perfect condition. John Bass has done an incredible job keeping this field A+. 380 straight away, 300 down the lines. 0-2 pitch. And a little bit up and away. Looked like a changeup, 1-2. Very close. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Vinny Grind. And Rosenbrock delivers. Popped up in the infield. Rosenbrock's going to call for it because he's the only one that can make that play. Didn't have much trajectory. Tormolin came racing in, but Rosenbrock makes the catch, and there's 1 down on a pop-up that was not hit very high. Here's the Berthoud pitcher, Luke Whitfield, another right-handed hitter. Blake lays down the sign, and the pitch swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety, the Brush Grocery Cart. No balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out in the first. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on and driven towards left center field. That's going to find a gap for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Bending, and into second with a double for Berthoud is Luke Whitfield, and the Spartans lead 1-0. And that's the first run scored in 2 outings off of Kyle Rosenbrock.
Now batting number 3, catcher.
C.J. Peachin, the cleanup right-handed hitting catcher, will hit. And those 2 balls hit off of Rosenbrock were tattooed. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on and lifted into shallow center field. Long run for Acosta, and he will make the catch on the run, right around the ankles. Acosta got a great jump and made the play. There's 2 down. Holding up at second was Whitfield.
Now batting number 12, first baseman.
And here's the left-handed hitting first baseman, Luke Reed. The second lefty in this lineup for the Spartans. The stretch and the pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Well, that pitch, you got to go the other way if you're going to get decent aluminum on it. The offering swung on and popped foul and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke Reed. Whitfield off of second. The stretch by Rosenbrock and the 0-2. Swung on and grounded, foul down the third baseline. As Reed tried to go the other way and make it 2-0, but he hit it foul. It'll stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Blake lays down the sign, and time is called. The Bee Diggers have had some exciting games this week. 2 of them, both 1-run victories. The stretch and the throw back to second. Mares applies the tag, and Whitfield is out by a mile. He never saw the Bee Diggers shortstop, and the inning is over. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. The score: Berthoud 1. The Bee Diggers are coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back in Brush at Sunset Baseball Field. Here's the starting lineup for the Bee Diggers. Brought to you by T.O. Charlie's. For a great used car truck, if you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you at T.O. Charlie's, 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Batting first is the shortstop, Gregory Maris. The left fielder, Eric Garcia, hits second. Batting third is Mitch Tormolin. And, of course, he plays first base. The fourth hitter today is Kyle Rosenbrock. Batting fifth is the catcher, Trevor Blake. The DH, Ryan Hirschfeld, hits 6. Jesus Cardenas, second baseman, hits 7. Third baseman, Tyler Monday, hits 8th. And Dylan Acosta in center field will bat 9th. Luke Reed is at first base for Berthoud. Austin Bending at second. Third baseman is Zach Bracken. Beck Baird at short. Vinny Grine in left. Eric Moss in center. Caden Wise in right. Behind the plate, C.J. Peachin. And right-hander Luke Whitfield delivers a fastball that's upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes to the Bee Diggers shortstop. And the pitch. And that curveball's up and in. 2-0. Maris leads the team with 16 walks and has been hit 4 times. And he's batting just .218 though, but the OBP's high. Swung on and driven towards left field, and that's going to be a base hit for Gregory Mares on the 2-0 pitch. And that's the way the Bee Diggers start the bottom of the first inning on the line drive single from the shortstop as Eric Garcia steps in. Garcia had a big double in that first inning on Tuesday against Welch Central and is hitting .361 on the season.
Left fielder, number 7, Eric Garcia.
The stretch by Whitfield. And the pitch. And the curveball is a beauty for a strike. It's 0-1. Short lead for Maris at first, maybe about a step. Throw back to first, back in standing as Maris. Berthoud with a 1-0 lead on Luke Whitfield's run-scoring double, scoring Austin Bending. And the 0-1, swing and a miss on a changeup, down and away. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to the Bee Digger left fielder. Throw back to first again. Back in standing is Maris. I mean, Whitfield making the move, even though the runner's right on top of the base, I should say. The stretch. And the 0-2. Swung on, foul back, challenged him with a fastball up in the zone. Count remains at 0-2 to Eric Garcia. Yeah, all the pressure in this game is on Brush. They're on their home field. They have the better record, but they have to win. Berthoud doesn't need to win. This is their final game regardless. The offering. Curveball is popped up on the left side into foul territory. Peachin gives chase, but it's out of play. And the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. And a pretty big Beat-Digger crowd for this regular season finale has settled in along the third base side and, of course, out in left and left center. No balls and 2 strikes. Peachin lays down the sign, the stretch, and time is called. During the 7-game winning streak, well, 6-game winning streak, hopefully 7, Beat-Diggers have gotten off to some solid starts offensively. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a changeup, and Garcia strikes out, way out in front, and there's one down. Outstanding arm motion by Whitfield. Looked like he was trying to throw a fastball there with that arm motion, but indeed it was a changeup. Mitch Tormolen, 3 homers, 21 RBIs.
Mitch Tormolen.
Tormolen hitting .328. The pitch low with a fastball, 1 ball, no strikes. Leads the team in home runs and ribbies. Yeah, I think Whitfield might have been on the mound on Saturday when they blanked Weld Central 4-0. The offering. Swung on, tapped foul up the third base side. And this is the one sport, regardless of your record, one player, namely the pitcher, can neutralize an entire team no matter how good they are. We saw that with Begler of Weld Central. He held the Beat-Diggers in check, but Gregory Maris was just a little bit better. 1-1 pitch and a check swing, the breaking ball in the dirt. He did not go. 2 balls, 1 strike. Peachin chased it down just about a foot to his right. Maris could not advance. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 Berthoud in Brush. We're in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 3-1 to Mitch Tormolen. Beat-Diggers looking for the equalizer and more in the bottom of the first inning. 3-1 offering, and that is low with a fastball, and Tormolen walks. Maris advances to second. And Kyle Rosenbrock with a homer and 13 RBIs, batting .264, but .381 is his average with runners in scoring position, which he's got right now. He's got 1 at second.
Kyle Rosenbrock.
And the freshman now hits the stretch by Luke Whitfield. The right-hander delivers. Fastball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Maris singled. Garcia struck out. Tormolen has walked. That's the Beat-Digger ledger here in the bottom of the first. The offering. The breaking ball. He went. It's a strike. It was low and away, but the count is now even at 1-1. Yeah, Whitfield didn't give in. He thrown a few balls in a row, but he won with a 1-0 breaking ball. The offering. Swung on and lifted deep into right field. That ball's got plenty of carry. Way back towards the fence, and that one is off the bottom of the fence. Maris got a late jump, but he's going to score as he rounds third. Tormolen to third on the run-scoring double from Kyle Rosenbrock, his 14th RBI of the year. And Brush has tied Berthoud at 1. And that nearly left the park. I mean, that was about maybe a foot away from leaving the park. Here is Trevor Blake. Blake has put up some nice numbers this year.
Now batting number 3, catcher Trevor Blake.
Blake on the season with 16 RBIs, hitting .283 and .423 with runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss. He's got to lay off that. That breaking ball was down in the zone. No balls and 1 strike, playing halfway is the infield. Beck Baird, the shortstop, playing halfway. The offering, and that's a curveball for a strike on the outer half. It's 0-2. Yeah, Blake, one of the better hitters with runners in scoring position. The stretch by Whitfield. 0-2 pitch. Fastball is upstairs. And he's a hard-throwing right-hander, so if the Beat Diggers can extend him, they can get him out of the game early. 19 pitches so far in the opening frame. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and the throw to first by Peachin retires Blake. And there's 2 down. 2 down for Ryan Hirschfeld. Now Hirschfeld has really destroyed the baseball. You want to talk about numbers. All season he's been getting it done. 473 average for Hirschfeld. Wind and pitch. The breaking ball is a strike. It is 0-1, and Whitfield trying to keep this at a 1-1 game. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. And the pitch swung on, tapped foul behind the plate on the curveball. No balls and 2 strikes. Alec Peterson, we should point out, as the courtesy runner at second. Wind and pitch. Swing, and did he foul tip it at the plate? He did. On the breaking ball, the count remains at 0-2. So RBI doubles by both pitchers have plated runs in the first inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 1 in. In a game that started about 15 minutes late. The Bay Diggers looking for the advantage if Hirschfeld can deliver. Whitfield gets a sign from Peachin. And the pitch. Fastball is very high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is our final regular season Beat Digger baseball game, but of course we'll be with you for the playoffs a week from Saturday. 1-2. Curveball is inside. Peachin framed it, but it was off the plate. 2-2, and Whitfield throws 3 pretty effective pitches. The fastball, the changeup, and that breaking ball. 2-2 to Hirschfeld. Fastball is high. 3-2 with Jesus Cardenas on deck. Off of third is Tormolen. Peterson at second. And Whitfield is winding up with those runners on those bases. The pitch, low with a fastball. Hirschfeld walks. And the bases are loaded for Jesus. No homers, 10 RBIs. Batting .355 and .385 is the average with runners in scoring position.
Now batting second baseman number 6.
I love the way he shortens his swing. Wind and offering. The curveball is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. And normally when you shorten a swing, you don't strike out much. Only 5 strikeouts this season for Cardenas. The pitch. Fastball is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. This will be the 30th pitch of the first inning thrown by Whitfield, so the Beat Diggers doing a nice job of extending the Berthoud right-hander. 1-1. In the dirt with a breaking ball. Gets away from Peachin, but only a foot to his right. Ball 2, strike 1. Tormolen at third, Peterson at second, Hirschfeld at first. Beat Diggers have plated 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. A huge pitch for the right-hander Whitfield. 2-1. Ooh, that ball hit him off the helmet on the fastball. Luckily, Jesus ducked, so it didn't get him on the inside of that helmet. And that actually counts as an RBI. Tormolen scores. And Brush now leads by a score of 2-1. And Tyler Monday steps in. Monday has driven in 10 this year, hitting .250, but his average is 42 points higher with runners in scoring position. And his hitting has really improved throughout the course of the season. Wind and pitch. Oh, and that ball hit him. Monday tried to get out of the way. It got him around the left shoulder. And Whitfield has lost control here in the bottom of the first. Scoring is Peterson. It's now 3-1. I wonder if Acosta's going to dig in. I'd be standing about 10 feet away from the plate at this point after 2 hit batsmen in a row. Acosta's hitting .462 with runners in scoring position, .291 average for the season. And he's in the 9-hole, but has driven in 11 runs. So Brush now leads 3-1 without hitting the ball, at least the last 2 hitters. So here is Acosta. Whitfield's got a strong arm, but has lost control in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch, swung on and fouled back with a fastball. It is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 down. The bases are loaded. The Beat Diggers up by 2. And Acosta awaits the pitch. Curveball is hit slowly on the ground towards third. Charging, throwing to first low, but dug out by Reed as the play was made by Bracken. And the inning is over. The Beat Diggers scored 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and the bases were left loaded. We go to the second inning. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 as we head to the second inning. It'll be Luke Reed, Zach Bracken, and Eric Moss, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Spartans. Now Reed was at the plate when Whitfield was picked off of second to end the first inning. So he gets a fresh at bat. Wind and pitch. Curveball is popped up on the right side of the infield. The first baseman, Mitch Tormolin, coming in, backing up and making the catch in fair territory. And there is 1 down. Here is Zach Bracken, the third baseman, hitting for the right side. Rosenbrock threw just 15 pitches in the opening inning. I say just because they had a couple of doubles in that inning for Berthoud to plate the run. Wind and pitch. Curveball is right down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Bracken digging back in for Berthoud. 0-1 offering. In the dirt all the way to the screen. The count is level. At 1 ball and 1 strike. No matter what your loan needs, stop by High Plains Bank at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball down and in. Ball 1, strike 2 to Zach Bracken. And Rosenbrock delivers. Fastball very high, 2-2. This is Rosenbrock's second start of the year. The first one was so good that he won't equate that here. He's already given up a run after throwing the shutout on Saturday. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back on the breaking ball. It remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A Beat Digger win, and we leave it up to the committee. But they do have a shot as either a 7th or 8th seed, which means they would host a district tournament. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball at the letters. And there's 2 down in the top of the second inning. And here's Eric Moss, the center fielder and the third left-handed hitter in this Berthoud lineup. And the offering. Swung on, popped, foul, not a play, off to the left. And the count is at 0 balls and 1 strike. Rockies are off tonight, so are the Nuggets. We'll have the Rockies on 94.5 The Ranch tomorrow because we got Game 3 of the Nuggets-Lakers tomorrow. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner, just above the knees. It's 0-2. Rosenbrock is such a control pitcher. 18 strikes and only 6 balls thus far. 0-2 pitch. And that one is fisted in the air towards the third baseman, Monday. He picks it up, throws to first in time. Excellent play by Monday, and a ball that was literally hit off the ground. And the Beat Digger third baseman stayed with it and made an outstanding play. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the second inning. We head to the bottom of the second to score. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers batted around in the first inning as we head to the bottom of the second in Brush. Brush 3, Berthoud 1, and here is Gregory Maris, who had a single in the opening frame and scored on that Kyle Rosenbrock double. Against the right-hander Luke Whitfield, who was very inconsistent in the first inning, 18 strikes, 16 balls. The pitch swung on and grounded left side to the third baseman Bracken. Sets, throws, 1 out. On 1 pitch. And you know that that's what Whitfield needs because of the number of pitches he threw in the first inning. Eric Garcia struck out. He now steps in. Bee Diggers would like to make things very easy on Kyle Rosenbrock by breaking this thing open and settling in for the rest of the game. Wind and pitch. And the breaking ball hit Garcia on the right shoulder. That's the 3rd hit batsman already. And that's why Whitfield has been all over the place. 3 of his 17 balls have struck Bee Diggers. And Godinez and Monday were hit with the bases loaded, of all things. Mitch Tormolen walked and scored in the first. The stretch by Whitfield. The pitch swung on and fisted down the left field line. There might be a play in foul territory, long run, and the ball's going to drop foul. As giving chase was Vinny Grine. Yeah, if you're the Bee Diggers, got to be careful at the plate. Whitfield doesn't even know where the ball's going to go. If he did, he wouldn't have hit 3 batters already. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Big lead over there for Garcia. The offering. Breaking ball's a strike on the outside corner at the knees. That's the best pitch Whitfield has thrown so far. It is 0-2. Garcia with plenty of speed leads the Bee Diggers and steals. He's going. Fastball is high. The throw to second is going to be late. Garcia with an easy stolen base. The ball gets away, but backed up by Eric Moss, the center fielder. We'll have to check the total. I think that might be 7 steals this year for Garcia. He had a bunch of them early on in that Fort Morgan Spring Classic. So runner in scoring position for Tormolen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Brush 3, Berthoud 1. In the bottom of the second, the offering. Swung on and tapped foul on the breaking ball down the third baseline. And the count remains at 1-2. Both teams have 2 hits in the game, but Kyle Rosenbrock has outpitched Luke Whitfield so far. And the offering. Fastball called strike 3 on the outer half at the knees. Tormolen strikes out looking. 2 down for Kyle Rosenbrock, who had that RBI double. And I think Tormolen was expecting a breaking ball, which is why he let it go. And he knew it. Garcia leads off of second. The pitch. Breaking ball, swag and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. And the Bee Diggers, I should say, scored, 3 runs off Aaron Betker of Resurrection Christian in the first inning. Then he settled in. The offering. Fastball is a strike on the inside corner, belt high. 0-2. Garcia off of second. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Mr. Rosenbrock, runner going, swing and a miss on a fastball that was neck high. Rosenbrock had no chance as he strikes out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We head to the 3rd inning. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. The Bee Diggers lead the Berthoud Spartans 3-1 as we head to the 3rd inning. And Kyle Rosenbrock will be facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Caden Wise, Beck Baird, and Austin Bending. Both teams with 2 hits in the game. And all those hits came in the first inning, when both Berthoud and Brush scored their runs. Yeah, even though Berthoud is 6-12 and the Bee Diggers are 12-6, that you can't take any game for granted in this league. I mean, Weld Central was only 8-9 when the Bee Diggers won 3-2 on Tuesday. Bee Diggers beat a Highland team that's not going to the playoffs 13-12 right here, and the breaking ball is low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Caden Wise. Hitting from the right side. The pitch right there for a strike with a fastball. And the count is at 1-1. And the offering. Swung on line towards right center field. That is a base hit. And the Beatdiggers are going to have to cut that off. Acosta does and gets it back in quickly. And it's the third hit of the game for Berthoud. And all three have been hit extremely hard off of Rosenbrock. He just elevated that fastball. Here's the shortstop, Beck Baird, the ninth place hitter.
For shortstop, Beck Baird.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how hard you throw. If you throw it up in the zone and it's not high enough, they'll hit it. The stretch. And Rosenbrock delivers. And the breaking ball's in the dirt and blocked by Blake. 1 ball, no strikes. And we'll see how the defense plays today because it was not good on Tuesday. The stretch. And the 1-0 to Baird. Fastball, a strike at the knees. Down the middle, it's 1-1. Beatdiggers defeated Weld Central despite committing 5 errors. That was a 3-2 win in Keensburg. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, nobody out. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 in the third. And Rosenbrock pitches. Fouled with a fastball at the letters. It's 1-2. Now the Beatdiggers after today is just going to have to stay sharp. When you don't play for over a week, then their next game will be in 9 days. 1-2 to Baird. Rosenbrock pitches. Breaking ball is lined on 1 hop towards Maris. To second for 1. Cardenas to first, and that's going to be late. Nice play by Maris. That ball was hit extremely hard, but they did get the force out at second. So 1 down in the top half of the third inning. As Wise was eliminated, and now Baird is at first. Austin Bending had that double into the left center field gap in the first inning. He later scored. And the breaking ball is down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Hopefully Rosenbrock will be more successful the second time around the order. Good swings by Berthoud the first time. 1-0. Fouled off to the left on that heater from Kyle Rosenbrock. And the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. As we've always told you, follow us pitch by pitch at KSIRsports.com. Click on today's game, the offering. And did he go? No, on the changeup. Ball 2, strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out, a runner at first. We're in the top half of the third inning from Sunset Baseball Field. The pitch, swing and a miss. Kind of a 3/4 swing on the fastball upstairs. And the count is at 2-2. Rosenbrock sets. And the offering. And hit down the left field line. That one is trouble, and it's a base hit. Garcia flags it down. Advancing to second is Baird. And that's 4 base hits in the game for the Berthoud Spartans. That was one of those inside-out swings. Good pitch thrown by Rosenbrock, but Bending fought it off. He's now 2 for 2. Vinny Grind popped to the mound in the first inning. And now Berthoud has the tying run at first. But again, we're early in this game with the Beatdiggers up 3-1. The stretch and the offering. Breaking ball is down and away. At 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan, the place to shop for all of your appliance needs is B&B Appliance, a member of the Brand Source Retail Program. 1-0. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner, thigh high. And the count is level at 1-1. Again, because Rosenbrock was so dominant on Saturday, hard to throw just as well today. You're going to get hit at times. 1-1 pitch, and bounced it in there, short-armed it, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Vinny Grind, hitting from the right side. 6 righties, 3 lefties in this lineup for Berthoud. Rosenbrock steps off. And back in the box is Grind. The stretch. And the throw back to second, but to no avail. Jesus was covering, but Baird read that play perfectly. We'll see a 2-1 pitch here coming up momentarily. Here it is. foul on a check swing. Grind not happy with himself. He did not want to swing at that pitch because it would have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. At second is Baird. Austin bending at first. Grind with an open stance. Right back in the box. And the offering. Inside. Nearly hit him with a fastball. 3-2. Here comes a money pitch from Rosenbrock. He's got to make one right now. If not, the Spartans will draw a little bit closer, or they'll just load the bases. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fisted towards Godin. He makes the basket catch, flip to second. Double play with Mares covering, and Baird was picked off there. That'll be 4-6 on the flare caught by Godin, and then Baird off the bag too far, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 2.5 complete. Big pitch there made by Rosenbrock. Rush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, the Beat Diggers defensively came up with a big pitch from Rosenbrock and a double play off the bat of Vinny Grind. And they've got a 3-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, but time to add some runs and make this a breather. Or how about a laugher? I think that's the right thing. I don't know where I got the word breather from, at least in baseball terminology. Trevor Blake struck out in the opening frame against the right-hander Luke Whitfield, who has been all over the place so far. Wind and pitch, swung on and fisted on the ground on the right side. It's picked up by the pitcher Whitfield. Throw to first and Blake is out. 1 down. Yeah, Whitfield in the game so far has struck out 4, walked 2, and hit 3 batters. That's an indication of how inconsistent he's been. Ryan Hirschfeld walked as he will bat here against the right-hander Luke Whitfield. The pitch, fastball down and away. The Beat Diggers lead 3-1 despite being out hit 4-2. Peachin lays down the sign. And the 1-0. Fastball a strike on the outer half at the knees, and the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hirschfeld with an open stance. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball tapped foul. Nice big strong swing by Hirschfeld. It's 1-2. Platte Valley Hearing Center in Fort Morgan, getting your hearing to its very best. That's Platte Valley Hearing Center. 1-2 to Hirschfeld. Fouled back with a fastball up in the zone. Count remains at 1-2. If the Beat Diggers do not win this game, they for sure will be traveling. I don't see how a 7-loss team with 3 league losses would be able to stay at home. 1-2 pitch. Inside corner, strike 3. Hirschfeld can't believe it. Strikeout number 5, and there's 2 down. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit inside, but tough to tell. Jesus Cardenas was hit by a pitch in the first. Drove in a run. Wind and pitch. Breaking ball is a strike. Ooh. No balls and 1 strike. It tailed away from Cardenas, but it caught the corner. And Jesus awaits the 0-1. Right there for a strike down the middle at the knees with a fastball. It's 0-2. And Whitfield is bringing it after a 34-pitch first inning. He's thrown just 18 pitches since then. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Low with a fastball. 1-2. Jesus ready with an open stance. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is outside off the glove of Peach into the screen. 2-2. So the Beat Diggers have 2 RBIs in the game without hitting the ball. One by Cardenas and one by Monday. Both were hit by pitches with the bases loaded. But right now the bases are empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and fisted right back to the pitcher on one hard hop. Whitfield throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Luke Whitfield. We played 3 at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 3-1 Brush over Berthoud as we go to the fourth inning. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up for Berthoud against right-hander Kyle Rosenbrock. Luke Whitfield, who doubled into the left center field gap and drove in the only run, will step to the plate. Whitfield's pitching has gotten a lot better since that wild first inning. In fact, he's retired 5 consecutive beat diggers. The pitch by Rosenbrock is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Blake lays down the sign, 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. And the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discount you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen. Swung on and chopped to third. Big hop for Monday. Sets, throws, 1 out. What a nice strong throw by Monday here in the top of the fourth inning. And C.J. Peachin, who popped to center on a nice play made by Dylan Acosta, will step up to the plate. 1 run on 4 hits for Berthoud, 3 runs and only 2 hits for the Bee Diggers. The wind by Rosenbrock, the pitch, and that changeup is low. Almost looked like a knuckle curve. I'll have to ask what that pitch really is. Rosenbrock did have 10 strikeouts against Valley. He's got only 1 so far here. The offering, swung on, grounded to the right side. Second baseman Cardenas to his right, sets, throws, and there's 2 down in the top of the fourth inning as Jesus Cardenas makes the play for Brush. And Luke Reed, the first baseman, is 0 for 1. He popped to Tormolen in his first plate appearance. Wind by Rosenbrock, the pitch. And that changeup is a strike on the outside corner. He slows down his arm motion a little bit as well. It is 0-1. And the offering. Swung on and grounded sharply to short. Maris has it on the third hop. Sets, throws, inning over. 1-2-3 as the defense played outstanding there in that top of the fourth inning. 3.5 complete. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 3-1, Brush leads Berthoud as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. And Luke Whitfield has retired 5 consecutive beat diggers. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Brush. Tyler Monday, Dylan Acosta, and Gregory Maris. As this game is on Whitfield's right arm, he's going to be responsible for keeping Berthoud close. He has struck out 5 in the game. Monday's got an RBI after he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 3-run first inning.
Leading off for the Diggers, number 27, third baseman, Tyler Monday.
And here's Monday, awaiting the pitch. Swag and a miss on a breaking ball. Monday's driven in 11. Has an RBI in 4 of the last 5 games. Tells you about his productivity. Wind and pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. 0-2. Took a huge swing there against the right-hander Whitfield. No balls, 2 strikes. Peachin lays down the sign. And the offering. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And on 3 pitches, Monday strikes out. 6 strikeout for Luke Whitfield. And there is 1 down. 1 down for Dylan Acosta.
Number 10, Dylan Acosta.
Acosta grounded out on his first at-bat. The pitch swung on and fouled back. And the count is at no balls and 1 strike. Yeah, it looks like our modem here is playing all types of tricks with us. Hopefully that our signal's nice and clear. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is inside. And the count is level at 1-1. All the runs were scored in the first inning of this game. Berthoud with 1, the Bee Diggers with 3. And the 1-1. And he swung at a pitch down and away and a breaking ball. It's 1-2, and the Bee Diggers are really struggling now. Maybe because Whitfield was so wild the first time around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the offering. Fastball is upstairs. The count is at 2-2 to Dylan Acosta. With 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the pitch in the dirt. Looked like it slipped out of Whitfield's hand. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the Bee Diggers center fielder as the wind kicks up now. But it's a warm wind, so it really doesn't matter. 3-2, swung on and popped down the right side. There might be a play, a long run in foul territory, and it drops foul as Caden Wise just could not catch up. It stays at 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers. Cargill Meat Solutions, part of the KSIR B106 Scholarship Program, will be handing out a brush scholarship coming up on Monday during those ceremonies, 7 o'clock at the high school. 3-2. Called strike 3. That fastball was right there. Fans didn't like it, but that looked good from here. Just above belt level. Strikeout number 7, and that's 7 in a row. Retired by Luke Whitfield, 2 down. Gregory Mayers is singled to left and grounded to third. And Whitfield's only up to 65 pitches. Bee Diggers have had no success after the first inning. The pitch swung on and chopped foul right off of Mayers' foot. Let's hope he's okay. That one got him good. Might have got him on the ankle. He's going to have to take a while before he gets up. It's no balls and 1 strike. As Maris comes up limping and takes off the helmet. Yeah, that one got him real good. He's pointing to around the heel. So he'll have to walk that off for a few seconds before he settles back in. Your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checking to savings to IRAs, is Morgan Federal Bank at 321 Ensign Street. Morgan Federal Bank, there's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And the bad thing with Gregory, even with that slight limp, if he gets on, it's going to affect his base running a little bit. And that'll tighten up tomorrow. But luckily the Bee Diggers don't play for over a week after today. So no balls, 1 strike with 2 out, nobody on. Brush leads Berthoud in the bottom of the 4th inning, but it's a very close one, 3-1. Against the Berthoud team that has only 6 wins on the year, but Luke Whitfield is dealing right now. Mayers back in the box. And the 0-1 pitch, and the bender's low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. If you get to Whitfield here, at least get him to 70 pitches. That would be nice going into the 5th inning. And the 1-1 swung on and fisted foul and out of play. 1-2. He's at 68 right now. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a lot of wind coming our way there. The pitch, and that's in the dirt. Ball 2, strike 2. To Gregory Mayers, the Bee Diggers shortstop, at the bottom of the 4th inning. Laying down the sign is Peachin. And the pitch. Breaking ball low and away. Mayers was not going to bite on that one. He saw that right out of Whitfield's hand. 3-2. Line and pitch. Ooh, up and in. Nearly got him. And I mean got him, nearly hit him. That would have been the 4th hits batsman. Instead, it's a walk. And that'll bring up Eric Garcia, who struck out and been hit by a pitch. As Maris, of course, leads this team in walks. I mean, he is specialized in that category. So Garcia officially at 0 for 1 is the hitter. The pitch and the changeup is a little bit up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, that's the 17th walk issued this year. Throw back to first to Gregory Maris. 1 ball, no strikes to Garcia. 7 in a row were retired before that walk. The offering, fastball inside corner. It's a strike. And the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike to Eric Garcia, the B-Digger left fielder. Stretched by Whitfield. The offering, swung on line, and that is just foul. It nearly got Whitfield's glove, or checked out a Reed's glove at first base, but he didn't touch it, and then it just twisted foul. That could have been a run had the ball been even touched by Reed in fair territory, because the ball would have ventured into foul territory, but it was a legitimate foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Eric Garcia. All the runs in this game were scored in the first inning. About a step and a half lead for Maris. 1-2. And that is outside with a changeup, and the count is level at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Berthoud fans wanted that one, but just off the plate. Whitfield stretches. And the offering. That is up. Oh, called strike 3 at the letters. Oh, that was framed very nicely by Peachin. And the B-Diggers don't score for a 3rd consecutive inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. 4 complete. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 3-1, Brush leading Berthoud as we go to the top of the 5th inning. It's all about the pitching right now. And as well as Kyle Rosenbrock is pitching, the B-Diggers are unable to solve Luke Whitfield, as Whitfield in the game has struck out 8 B-Diggers, allowed just 2 hits, walked 3, and hit 3. And that's why the B-Digger defense has to get it done here. Zach Bracken struck out swinging in his first plate appearance.
Number 5, Zach Bracken.
Hitting from the right side is the Berthoud third baseman. Swag, and a missing a fastball at the letters. It's 0-1. Good old-fashioned baseball like we saw on Tuesday in that 3-2 Brush victory in Keensburg against Weld Central. The Benders in the dirt, skips away from Blake. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both pitchers have RBI doubles in the game, but the difference, 2 hit batsmen with the bases loaded. 1 ball, 1 strike. The offering. Fastball is low. 2-1. Once again, follow us at KSIRsports.com, a detailed pitch-by-pitch account of this game. 2-1 pitch. Low again with another fastball. 3-1. 2-1 strike to ball ratio so far by Rosenbrock. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled right at the plate. They counted 3 balls and 2 strikes to Zach Bracken. 6, 7, and 8 in the order in this 5th inning for Berthoud. Blake lays down the sign. 3-2 pitch. And did he go? No, on the breaking ball. It's a walk to the leadoff hitter Bracken in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Eric Moss. It looks like the curveball not as effective today for Rosenbrock as it was on Saturday in that 9-0 victory over Valley. Having a little trouble locating it at times. Moss grounded to third in his first at-bat. 2-step lead over there by Bracken. The stretch and the pitch, squaring to bunt, pops it foul, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Eric Moss. The B-Diggers at one point were 1-2 in Patriot League play, but they checked that 2-2 in league play. Now they've won 6 straight, going for 7. The stretch and the offering, squaring to bunt upstairs, and the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Bracken was way off of first, but nobody was covering, so nothing Blake could do with a baseball. Will the Spartans keep the bunt sign on? Moss awaits the pitch. Yes. And he takes it high. 2-1. Yeah, I think Rosenbrock wants him to pop it up, but if he's giving you the out, just throw it down the middle. And get the first out here, the 5th inning. 3-1 B-Diggers over the Spartans. 2 balls, 1 strike. Squaring to bunt, and that one's very high. Yeah, I'm not sure Rosenbrock's looking at the target when he's throwing it that high. He might be looking at the batter because he sees him squaring to bunt, and he's trying to throw it above the bat. Now it's 3-1 to Eric Moss. Stretched by Rosenbrock. And the pitch. That's a fastball for a strike, belt high. And now the hit sign has got to be on. It's 3-2. Rosenbrock has made some huge pitches in this game. Here's another one. 3-2. Outside, and he walks a second straight hitter to begin the 5th. So at second is Bracken, at first is Moss. And here comes Caden Wise, who singled to right center field. Yeah, as far as the Bee Diggers are concerned, this one game could change their whole season. A win, they could secure a home berth. The pitch, squaring to bunt, that's upstairs. And a loss, and they'll be on the road, and who knows what will happen then. 1 ball, no strikes, and Rosenbrock going into this game at 20 strikeouts and only 2 walks. So he's a control pitcher. 1-0, and that's bunted out in front of the plate. Rosenbrock spins, throws to third, and there's the out. Excellent play by the Bee Digger pitcher, getting Bracken on the fielder's choice. 1-5, and there's 1 down, and the Bee Diggers playing some excellent defense today as they get the lead man. Beck Baird will step in from the right side. Baird hit into a fielder's choice 6-4 in his first at bat. The pitch, swag, and a miss and a fastball up and in. It's 0-1. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title. Right there on Kiowa in Fort Morgan. And the pitch. And that curveball's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers with a 3-1 lead over the Berthoud Spartans in the top of the 5th inning. The offering. Swung on, fisted on the ground, fielded by Rosenbrock. He'll throw to second. Wide throw, and they're going to call him out to first. And that's a double play. 1-6-3. Called him out at second, even though it looked like Mares was way off the bag. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. 4.5 complete. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. As much as defense hurt the Bee Diggers on Tuesday, even though they won that game over Weld Central, they're playing excellent defense today. Big 1-6-3 double play to end the top half of the 5th inning. But what will they do against Luke Whitfield? And he has pitched very well, a 2-hitter with 8 strikeouts through 4 innings. And Mitch Tormolen is the first hitter at the bottom of the 5th. Tormolen walked and struck out looking.
Now batting first baseman number 25.
Here's the wind and the pitch. And the breaking ball down and in. Let's see if Whitfield has another subpar inning in him after the 3-run first. Has not a lot of base hits since then. 1-0. Fastball, a strike. Down the middle at the knees. 1-1. The longer this game stays this close, advantage to Berthoud, even though the Bee Diggers are obviously capable of winning the game easily. Swung on, grounded foul down the third base line. And Brush saw Weld Central's best on Tuesday. They're seeing Berthoud's best right now. And right-hander Luke Whitfield, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind and pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, down and in. Second time Tormolen has struck out. 9 strikeouts for Whitfield. Here's Kyle Rosenbrock. He doubled in a run, and he struck out swinging.
Now pitching number 5, Kyle Rosenbrock.
Here's the wind and pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Yeah, you don't have to win by striking out opposing hitters, as the Bee Diggers are proving. Be nice to hit the ball here. Pitch, low and away with a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, 2 very hard-throwing right-handers the Bee Diggers have seen this week. And even Aaron Betker of Resurrection Christian had some zip to the ball. and some movement as well. 1-1. Down and away with the bender. 2 balls and 1 strike. This game is sailing along quickly, an hour and 7 minutes, and we're almost through 5. The Bay Diggers with a 3-1 advantage. 2 balls and 1 strike to Rosenbrock. The pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball in the inner half. It's 2-2. Yeah, you know that Berthoud is not going to pull Whitfield unless he's just tiring. He doesn't look like he's tiring right now. 2-2. Swung on and fouled straight back with a fastball at the knees. Count remains at 2-2. That's 85 pitches so far. Thrown by Luke Whitfield. And again, he's got 9 strikeouts in the game. 2-2. Line and pitch. Breaking ball is tapped foul up the third base side towards the Digger dugout. Stays at 2-2 to the freshman, who has put it all together during his freshman year. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up extremely high in the infield on the right side. The first baseman, Luke Reed, to his right, and settles under it and drops the ball right behind the mound. That is the first error of the game, and it's on Reed. And here's Trevor Blake. And Alec Peterson is the courtesy runner. Blake in the game has struck out and grounded out the third. He is 0 for 2. Can the Bee Diggers take advantage? They might have to swipe a base here because it's tough for them to get on base. They needed a gift right there. The offering. Swing and a miss on a changeup. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, 3 good pitches thrown by Whitfield. The fastball, the changeup, and the breaking ball. And the runner goes, and that's low with a fastball. Peterson will have the stolen base without a throw. He had a huge jump. 1 ball, 1 strike to Blake. So the Bee Diggers will have 2 opportunities at the most here to drive in Peterson. Maybe more than 2 if one of these gets on. The pitch. Swung on and tapped out in front of the plate, and that's up the third base line, but dribbles foul. Just about 5 feet up the third base line. The count is at 1-2 to Trevor Blake. These teams with opposite records, Berthoud at 6-12 and Brush at 12-6. But you would not know it right now with the way Luke Whitfield is pitching. Peterson leads off of second. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Blake. The stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and hit right back to Whitfield. Looks at second, throws to first, runner holds. 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. To the plate is Ryan Hirschfeld, who walked and struck out on a pitch he thought was inside. Well, if there's a guy you want in this situation, it's either Tormone or Hirschfeld in terms of RBIs. Hirschfeld with 16 of them, hitting .364 with runners in scoring position. The pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup. It's 0-1. Hirschfeld wanted to make it 5-1. He has homered twice this year. Once right here at Bee Digger Stadium at Sunset Baseball Field, once in Lions. The pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball at the knees. 0-2. Peterson off of second. Laying down the sign is Peachin. And the 0-2. Upstairs and outside. Ball 1, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Says 1 out on the board. Should be 2 down. There are 2 outs. Stretch. And the offering in the dirt. Backhanded nicely on that breaking ball by Peachin. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. And the Bee Diggers hold a 2-run lead. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on, lined, and caught by Whitfield, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, an error committed by Berthoud, and one man left. 5 complete, Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 3-1. The Bee Diggers lead the Berthoud Spartans as we head to the 6th inning. Kyle Rosenbrock has thrown only 67 pitches, so he has plenty left in the tank. And part of the key today is that Brush defense. Perfect baseball defensively. And he'll have to go through a good portion of the order one more time. It'll be Austin Bending to lead off the 6th inning. He's doubled and singled against the right-hander. Bee Diggers are 6 outs away from clinching 2nd place in the Patriot League.
Leading off for the Spartans, number 6.
Here's the wind and pitch, squaring to bunt. It's a fastball outside corner for a strike. And it is 0-1. Here's the wind and offering, and a changeup, maybe a knuckle, I don't know what that is. He slows down the arm motion, takes a lot off it. I just call it an off-speed pitch, maybe. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's well outside. And the offering, swung on, fouled off to the left on a fastball down and in. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Austin Bending. Swung on, line, foul, look out. Boy, you got to be awake if you're a Bee Digger fan. That ball was lined just over the fence. Luckily, it looks like everybody's okay. It'll be another 1-2 pitch to Austin Bending. Here it is. Swung on, grounded slowly towards short. Monday to his left, cannot get it. Mares cannot make a throw as he barehands it. It's an infield hit. He wouldn't have had him anyway. Ball was hit so slowly. And Berthoud picks up their 5th hit. And here is Vinny Grind. Grind has popped out twice, once for a double play. Stretch and pitch squaring to bunt, and it's taken for a strike. With a fastball, knee high, it's 0-1. The Bee Diggers are 6 outs away still. At 1305 Edison Street in Brush, your local Napa Auto Parts store is CNC Auto Parts. As Rosenbrock steps off, he lost his concentration there for a second because he's got to be in the stretch with a runner at first. And the pitch squaring to bunt. It's outside. Blake throws back to first. Back in standing is Bending. 1 ball and 1 strike. Berthoud scored a run in the top of the first. Bee Diggers with 3 in the bottom half. Nothing since then. The pitch squaring to bunt, and he fouls it up the first baseline. Now it's 1-2. And again, every time Rosenbrock has needed to make a big pitch, he's done it. He's induced a couple of double plays, a fielder's choice with 2 on and nobody out, which he threw to third, and got the lead man. It'll be another 1-2, or it'll be a 1-2 now. Squaring to bunt, and he bunts it out in front of the plate. Rosenbrock to second, that's 1. Maris to first, and that is going to be dug out, and 2! 1-6-3, the third double play turned by the Bee Diggers, and that was off a bunt. Back to Kyle Rosenbrock. 2 down here in the 6th. Well, that was a sweet double play. Here's Luke Whitfield, who's doubled in a run and grounded out. Wind and pitch, swung on and popped up and out of play behind the screen. It's 0-1. That's what I love about Bee Digger baseball. They know how to win in so many different ways. Not every team can do that. Today it's about the defense, the offering. Curveball is popped up into shallow right center field. Long run for Soto to his right, gets under it, makes the running catch, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. In Brush, the score. Brush 3, Berthoud 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Can the Bee Diggers pick up an insurance run? Well, a base hit would be nice because the Bee Diggers have been stymied by Luke Whitfield. They have just 2 hits in the game, but because of some outstanding defense, the Bee Diggers lead 3-1. Now Brush has stranded 6. Berthoud has stranded only 2.
Leading off for the Diggers, second baseman number 6.
Jesus Cardenas was hit by a pitch and then grounded back to the mound. He is 0 for 1. The offering. The breaking ball is low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Bee Diggers in this game have a single from Gregory Mares and an RBI double from Kyle Rosenbrock, and that's it. The offering. Fastball, outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Whitfield kicks and fires. Swung on and lined on a couple of hops towards the second baseman. An easy throw to first as Austin Bending retires Jesus Cardenas for the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning. Tyler Monday is 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and struck out. Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety, the Brush Grocery Cart.
Now batting third baseman number
This will be the 100th pitch thrown by Luke Whitfield. Here it is. Swung on. That ball is driven into left field for a base hit by Tyler Monday. The Bee Diggers pick up their first hit since the first inning. Only their 3rd of the game. And now let's see if Dylan Acosta can do some damage. Acosta grounded out and struck out. Amazing to think that the difference in a baseball game like this is 2-hit batsman. That's a huge lead for Monday at first. The pitch, squaring to bunt. It's up and away. Throw back to first. Monday back in diving safely. 1 ball, no strikes. Whitfield gets a sign from Peachin. The stretch. Let's see if Acosta squares to bunt. He does, and it's fouled all the way to the screen. The count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. With 1 out, 1 on in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Bee Diggers are 3 outs away from picking up their 7th straight win, a 3-1 lead over Berthoud. Whitfield ready. And the offering. And he bunts it right out in front of the plate. Acosta, and the ball goes underneath the glove of Whitfield, and he's going to be on. We'll call that a sack with an error because he would have been out. So a sack bunt with an error on Whitfield. If he makes that play, which would have been an easy play, it would have been 2 outs. So the good thing for Acosta does not go against his average. Gregory Mares singled, grounded to third, and walked. He is 1 for 2. He's got 2 on base with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch, squaring to bunt, up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Get 2 or 3 runs right here and make it a lot easier on Rosenbrock and the defense, which has turned 3 double plays going into the 7th. Maris awaits the 1-0. Fastball, a strike at the knees. Down the middle, it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Bee Diggers shortstop. At second is Monday. At first is Acosta. And the pitch, swing and hit off the end of the bat down the first baseline, but it's foul. And the count is at 1-2. And Whitfield looks like he almost got some whiplash there. He might have collided with the first baseman. That ball was hit right off the end of the bat and nearly rolled into fair territory. But it stayed just foul. And there's no doubt that Whitfield strained the right side of his neck. He might have to throw a practice pitch or 2 to see if he can continue. Yeah, he's still trying to favor that neck on the mound as he's joined out there by a bevy of Spartans. So when play resumes, 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out and 2 on. It looks like he's okay. He won't throw a practice pitch at all. So Maris will settle back in. 9 strikeouts have been recorded by this right-hander, Luke Whitfield. Monday at second, Acosta at first. Stretched by Whitfield. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Peachin, who's been a wall back there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The outfielders have had very little activity for Berthoud. The first inning was about it. The offering in the dirt with a curveball, again backhanded by Peachin. Ball 3, strike 2. Yeah, you can't have the runners going with only 1 out. And Mares, unfortunately, has been subject to a lot of strikeouts this season. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fisted in the air. That should be caught, and it will by the shortstop, Beck Baird. Runners get back to their bases, 2 down. On a little soft flare. And Eric Garcia will now hit. Garcia struck out, was hit by a pitch, and struck out again. So he is due in this game, 0 for 2. 109 pitches thrown by Whitfield.
Left fielder Eric Garcia.
Again, the runners take their leads. Stretch. Whitfield delivers. Swung on and grounded foul towards the Berthoud dugout on the first base side. It's 0-1. Garcia thought he had a fastball there, but it was a breaking ball. That's why he got out in front of it. Well, this game has all been about the pitchers and the defense, especially Luke Whitfield from the pitching standpoint. He's working on a 3-hitter. 0-1. Fastball is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's been a 3-1 Brush lead since inning number 1. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Monday with a big lead at second. Acosta at first. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Did it get Garcia? It did. Second time he's been hit by a pitch. That one right around his foot. 4th hit batsman in the game by Whitfield. And Mitch Tormolen can break it open. Tormolen has walked, but he struck out twice. 0 for 2. And the B-Diggers had the bases loaded in the first. They scored 2 runs. 3 total, but twice with the bases loaded. The stretch by Whitfield with 2 down. The offering, and the curveball is up and away. 1 run, just 1 run would be huge. Then you'd have to put 2 on the base paths in the top of the 7th to send a tying run to the plate. Runners take their leads. 1-0 pitch. Fastball low. Ball 2 to Mitch Tormolen. Maybe Whitfield's getting a little tired. He's thrown 114 pitches in the game. At third is Monday. At second is Acosta. Garcia at first. 2 balls and no strikes. And the offering. Swung on and grounded to third on a high hop, and Bracken fields it, steps on the bag for the force. That was a snow cone right off the top of his glove, but it stayed in his glove. And the inning is over. The B-Diggers pick up 1 hit in the inning. There was an error, and the bases were left loaded. Brush is stranded 9. Let's head to the 7th. Still anybody's ball game, but the B-Diggers do have a 3-1 lead on Berthoud on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The freshman right-hander, Kyle Rosenbrock, will attempt to go the distance for the 2nd time in 6 days. A much different outing for him. That was a 3-hitter with 10 strikeouts and a 9-0 victory over Valley. Right now he's working on a 5-hitter with only 1 strikeout, but 3 double plays have been turned. C.J. Peachin, who has popped out and grounded out, will lead off here in the 7th. With the B-Diggers up 3-1. Excellent baseball game today. The 2 errors in the game have been committed by Berthoud. They've stranded only 2, and as I mentioned, the B-Diggers with 9 on the base pass. Swung on, that is grounded into left field for a base hit on the first pitch of the 7th by the diving Tyler Monday. And the tying run is at the plate in Luke Reed, who was popped out and grounded out. And we'll have a courtesy runner at first. And that courtesy runner is going to be Mark Mahan.
Now batting number 12, first baseman, Luke Reed.
Well, you can worry about the runner all you want, but you got to get these hitters. And, of course, the B-Diggers have turned 3 twin killings, the stretch and the offering. Swung on, lined up the middle, and Mayers plays it off his chest. No, the ball's into center field. I thought it got him right around the chest. It's going to be a base hit on a terrible hop. It's a base hit for Luke Reed. As Mayers ranged to his left. Had it taken a true hop, it would have been an easy double play. But it took a horrendous hop, so it's a base hit. Mahan advances to second. Now the tying runs at first for Zach Bracken, who was struck out and walked. This is where Rosenbrock has come up big on the mound to stretch. And the offering squaring to bunt. Lays it up the third baseline. A better roll foul it does. If not, that would have been a base hit. No balls and 1 strike. So now 7 hits in the game for Berthoud. Yeah, that ball towards Mayers just took a real bad hop. Normally that'd be scored in air, but, man, that's even a great shortstop can't make that play. No balls, 1 strike with 2 on and nobody out here in the 7th. 3-1 Brush. The pitch squaring to bunt, and it's taken for a strike on the inside corner at the knees. It's 0-2. Bracken is the 6th place hitter in this lineup. So 0-2 to Zach Bracken. Bee Diggers right now hanging by a thread. Stretched by Rosenbrock. And the pitch. Fastball went behind the hitter. 1-2. Nice job of Blake bringing that ball in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 on and nobody out in the 7th. Rosenbrock stretches. Rosenbrock delivers. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Strike 3, only the 2nd strikeout in the game for Rosenbrock, but that one is huge.
Now batting number 9.
1 down for Eric Moss, who's grounded out and walked. That's what I'm saying. He makes big pitches when he needs them. Moss hitting from the left side. Stretch and pitch. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt on that bender. It's 0-1. And Rosenbrock knows what pitch to throw when he needs to. He's just not throwing fastballs down the middle. No balls and 1 strike to Moss. Runners take their leads. And the pitch swung on, popped foul, not a play off to the left. 0-2. Keep in mind, this is the bottom of the order. This is the 7th place hitter. You don't want to get to the top in Austin Bending, who's 3 for 3 in the game. If not, that's major trouble for Brush. Moss awaits the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Outside with a fastball. Nice location, but it definitely missed. 1-2. Bee Diggers are 1 pitch away from turning their 4th double play of the game. The offering. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball down and in. Another strikeout for Rosenbrock. His 2nd of the inning, only his 3rd of the game. There's 2 down. Here is Caden Wise, who has singled and grounded into a fielder's choice. He is 1 for 2. Rosenbrock has been outstanding today with runners on base. Stretch and offering. Fastball, a strike down the middle, just below belt level. It's 0-1. 1 out or 2 strikes are the Bee Diggers away from cementing their 7th straight win. Rosenbrock looks back, throw to second. No tag applied by Maris. As back in diving was Mahan. No balls and 1 strike. The stretch and the offering. The breaking ball, a strike. That had major bite to it on the inner half at the knees, and it froze. Wise, it's 0-2. Well, this is it. 1 more money pitch, and you come away victorious. Wise awaits the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a bender, and Rosenbrock strikes out the side, and the Bee Diggers win the game 3-1. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. Brush 3, Berthoud 1, a 2-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. Welcome to the Bee Digger post-game show, brought to you by Buildings by Design. The most important thing to buying a new building or starting a new design build project is picking the right company to build it. For a free bid, call Pat Walter or Travis Lefevre, 970-842-5837. Visit them on the web at buildingsbydesign.com. The Bee Diggers win the game today 3-1 with all the runs scored in the first inning over the Berthoud Spartans. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 9 left on base for Brush. 1 run, 7 hits, 2 errors, 4 left on base for Berthoud. Winning pitcher was Kyle Rosenbrock. He goes the distance, striking out only 4, but he did strike out the side in the 7th inning when he needed it the most. The loss went to Luke Whitfield. He went the distance on a 3-hitter with 9 strikeouts. Time of the game, 1 hour and 36 minutes. Whitfield gave Berthoud a 1-0 lead in the first inning with an RBI double. B-Diggers came back in the bottom of the first as Kyle Rosenbrock hit an RBI double. And then Jesus Cardenas and Tyler Monday on back-to-back pitches were hit with the bases loaded, and that was it. Berthoud did threaten a couple of times. The B-Diggers had the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning, but the B-Diggers improved to 9-2 in Patriot League play. They clinched second place. They've won 7 straight and are 13-6 overall. Berthoud ends the season 4-7 in league play and 6-13 on the year. Well, now it's up to the seating committee less than a week from today. I believe next Wednesday is when they will finalize the 3A district tournament seedings. I have the B-Diggers anywhere from a 7 to a 10 seed. Last year when they were 13-6, won 7 in a row, and finished second in league play with an identical 9-2 record. They were the 7 seed, but we got a lot of teams in 3A with some outstanding records. I still think the B-Diggers will get a home site, but if they do, they'll do it as a 7 or an 8 seed. If they don't, they'll be on the road as a 9 or a 10 seed. Outstanding job once again by our sound engineer and producer, Rose Condas. I'm John Beltran. The final score from Sunset Baseball Field. The B-Diggers win their 7 straight, 3-1 over the Berthoud Spartans, right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.